Hello students, this is your course on blogging and tools. In this video on creating static pages, we are going to talk about subcategories or category cloud and how they serve as a static page. Let's begin by understanding subcategories and category clouds and the role that they play in a blog site. Subcategories or category pages can be created as part of the site menu, essentially assisting blog visitors in navigating through your blog and finding content that is most relevant for them. Category pages can have a brief information about the category and can then be linked to subcategories or posts depending upon the page depth that you want to create on your blog. For instance, if you have successfully managed to create hundreds of posts and many of these posts are interrelated, interconnected with each other, and you can broadly define some subcategories for ease of navigation, ease of search and access for your blog visitors, you can always represent that at the top of your homepage or your about page and provide it as a site menu. It's very similar to any average website, and you can create it on your blog just to make sure that the traffic flows in a easy and efficient manner. However, you have to keep the page depth in mind, and when you are segregating your blog posts into subcategories and categories, you're effectively installing a hierarchy into your blog. And most of your visitors would then first see the category page, then perhaps the subcategory page, and then finally they will land up on the post which they want to read, which means that there would be at least two unique clicks required for them to reach the content that they want to read, increasing the page depth. And that could actually make it difficult for you to keep the traffic rolling and keep the interest alive, and you can land up with an increased bounce rate also. A lot of these terms we have discussed in other courses like digital marketing and content marketing as well. However, what you have to remember that when it comes to blogging, you want to keep the user experience easy. You want to keep it relatable and relevant and value adding. Therefore, while having category and subcategory pages sometimes make the page, the post, the actual content remain hidden under layers of other content, it does help a lot of visitors to actually locate what they are looking for. You can also use category cloud widget by WordPress, which can also be a great way to indicate most popular categories in the sidebar to guide reader interest and experience. Now, this is an alternative if you don't want to use the category or subcategory pages at the top of your blog site, and you just want to give suggestions in terms of the popular searches, in terms of popular categories to your blog readers, and then allow them to search for their preferred content on their own. So it's something of a choice that most blog owners have, and most blog owners choose to go in the direction which seems most suitable for their type of content, their type of blog. Now, if you take a look here, for a personal blog, this person has limited content, and still he has decided to create defined categories which are visible at the home page, at just at the, it's like a header that is present throughout the blog, and irrespective of which page you are on, you can view this header of categories that this person has created. So one of the broad categories that this person has identified is the about, and under that section he is given information about the blog, about himself, any other resources that he is offering, and his contact information. Other four heads that you see, the interiors, style, travel, life, etc., all these are categories of content that this person has created on his blog. And when you scroll over to each of these, it opens up a table of the subcategories and give you a glimpse at the different posts that are available in that particular category. For instance, here when you scroll over to Life etc, you see that he has a set of posts on New York City. He has a set of posts on various recipes that he may have tried or maybe recommending. He has a set of posts on entertaining at home and different ideas that what you can do to improve the experience. And then he's given the readers an option to view all the posts at once and then just choose whichever post they would be most interested in exploring further. So it's a great layout and a very structured way of presenting quality information, quality content to the readers. When we compare this to a business site, on the other hand, as you can see here for HubSpot, what they have done is instead of giving you categories of content at the top, the blog is structured in such fashion that the most popular content, most trending content is kept under one category, and then there is the editor's picks post which are there, which are recommended by the blog authors and the blog managers for you to read. So they have not really structured their content on the basis of topics. The blog is generally focusing on the broader niche of inbound sales, and the rest of the structuring is done in the way of audience response or the reader response. So the most popular blogs definitely are the ones which readers are finding most relatable, most relevant, and are reading most, and therefore they are listed in one category. And then the editor's picks are the ones which perhaps could be the latest content, or which could be the most advanced or most trending thing which the blog has just come out with, and they want their readers to definitely consume it. So that's it. It's a perfect use of the category cloud widget by a business blog, and it does the work. It creates a static view of the content, which can keep changing, or it can be kept as is to derive maximum traction out of the content that is there on the blog. So that's about category and subcategory pages. Next up, we'll talk about another type of static pages, which are merchandise or solutions page. Once again, like the category pages, they also can change from time to time depending upon any changes, any additions, modifications to the merchandise or solutions list. So that's what we'll be discussing next time. Until then, thank you.